Devine again. I'm back with my homegirl, friend of the Romeo Devine TV show and radio show, Natalia Robles. I have one question I've been dying to ask you. Like, when you decided to get in the industry, were you afraid? Were you nervous? Were you intimidated? Like, what kind of thoughts were going through your head?
Oh my God, I had like a million feelings running through myself. I was definitely very, very nervous. I had a lot of, I wasn't too scared when it came down to with the people that I was, going to do my whole thing with my agency and stuff like that. But I was definitely nervous because you just kind of don't know what are they looking for.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And sometimes, these are things where you don't know if, it's kind of, one thing or another. It's either you're going to fail at it or you're going to be extremely successful at it.
Sure.
But once you're in the industry, you kind of learn that you have to work yourself up.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Your first scene, of course, is not going to be the best. But eventually, through time, you definitely, get to find out that you could do so much better. And people start realizing those things. So, they get to know you and love you. And it gets so much funner.
So just by, talking to you off camera, I really do get the impression that not only do you do this, but you have a lot of aspirations to do some different things. And please explain whatever you feel like sharing with the audience of the Romeo Devine TV show.
Definitely, I love being in the adult film. I know that in the long run, it's definitely gonna help me. And from that, I've kind of been viewing and kind of been exploring the whole radio, sex radio or just any adult radio work. So, and like I said, you kind of from before, once you meet everyone and start doing all these interviews, you kind of get to know that if you kind of relate to people and if maybe you can work in different parts of the industry. So definitely recently I've kind of discovered that, maybe I can get myself involved into a radio show. So, I'm definitely open for that, and hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So who are some of the people, like, now that you're in the industry and you meet people you used to see in films, but like, who are some of the people you look up in the industry, like male and female, that you were like, oh, wow, yeah, I want to do this, certain way, and I like the way she portrays herself? Or
Right. Of course, you have your few, but I definitely wish a woman that everyone knows is, Jenna Jameson. She's retired already, but she has like strip clubs. She has so many businesses and so many things that she's done with the industry, and it's pretty amazing the work that comes eventually after this. And I've definitely followed a lot of her footsteps recently. Since I've been in the industry and I've seen what she's done. I think Asa Akira, she's a Asian. Adult film star, and she has done so much work, and I think she's been in the industry for about I think about 4 years, 4 to 5 years, but same thing, you know what I mean? She's explored so much, not just in the industry but outside, and that's what it's really all about. I think that finding yourself and maybe finding, eventually what else can come from you.
Sure. With being in it. So how has your life changed since like the 6 months or so you've been in the industry? Like the good, the funny, the bad, or whatever you want to share with us.
Oh my God, my life has changed completely. It's so hard to explain. The good is definitely the fact that you get to know like who are your friends, and just your personal life. You get to know your personal life a lot more than what you thought. A lot of people don't think this industry is the best. So you get to learn from that. The bad, I feel like as a person, it's how you take it. You know what I mean? If of course there's going to be haters out there. Sure. Of course there's going to be people out there, but you kind of got to just move on and, live your life to the fullest. And like I said, focus on the better things and the real things and what you've accomplished and what you have to accomplish. So.
Do you find, like, when people find out you're in the industry or in the adult film business, you know, you being a star, definitely like on the come up.
Yeah.
Do you find a lot of people are like hypocritical?
Man, of course I do. I mean, it's the adult industry, you know. Of course people are going to be hypocritical about every single thing, but it's good because, you know, like I said, it's how you take it. You know, when people come up to you and ask you questions, you kind of got to be yourself and kind of, you know, let them know, you know, what are your goals and what you see coming for yourself. And from there, I feel like people understand eventually. And like I said, it's how you take it. They're going to be hypocritical. I mean, you kind of got to, like I said, you kind of got to live with yourself and love yourself and love what you do. You know, it makes you who you are. So definitely, it's something that you eventually work into and get better in. You know what I mean?
So how is it when you're out and about, minding your own business, living your private life, and people recognize you? Tell us a little bit about that, because that seems like it could be interesting, fun, and maybe, I don't know, some ways annoying depending on, you know, you could be in the middle of dinner and they'd be like, oh my God.
Yes.
You seem like you have a story about
There's
that.
so many stories.
Tell us the best one.
I think it was this is a crazy one. I actually was at a 7-Eleven right around my house here in Virginia and in the D.C. area, and I was with my little brother, unfortunately. And he is 10 years old, my poor little thing, and someone decided to take a picture of me while I was like just trying to get my drink or something. And I mean, he took a few shots of me, and my brother eventually came up to me and he was like, why was that guy taking a picture of you? And I was like, oh my God. And I came up to the guy and he was like, I'm so sorry. I totally took pictures of you because I've seen you on the website and people know about you in this area. And I was just like, oh my God, like, just don't say too much. I'm in front of my little brother, you know, but yeah, I had to do some explaining to my brother. From there, I mean, of course at that age you don't understand, so you kind of had to, you know, say your own little story, I guess. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was kind of like, oh my God, I was in shock mode. I just didn't know what to do, and oh my God, my heart definitely dropped. I was like, no, not my little brother. So yeah, that was a crazy experience. But I mean, like I said, you know, when people come up to me, I try to be as friendly as possible, and like it's like once again, I try to take it as, you know, it's as smooth as possible. I try to not affect the people around us and be like, oh my God, yeah, keep looking at my porn. No, I try to keep it as mellow and as low key as possible, to where you know, people can, you know, me and him can, you know, have the good conversation, and everyone else just can go about their business and not worry about it, you know.
Well, hey, I appreciate you stopping by. Hanging out has been a pleasure. Before you get out of here, I need you to just do one thing. You got to look in the camera while I give you the microphone, and you have to say, well, if you can say, you're watching the Romeo Devine TV show. And remember, there's only one Romeo.
Okay. You're watching the Romeo Devine TV show, and remember, there's only one Romeo.
Thank you so much. Hey, that was awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good? Awesome.